Listen, I just thought it was a survey. I woke up this morning, I saw everybody talking about Classic Plus survey. This is a lot more than that. Like, what the heck?
Oh, really? What's in the survey? What's in the survey?
Done this before.
Ooh. Anticipation. Only gnome that I allow to exist. Anybody, any other gnome like?
Me, not that kind of
Any other gnome player?
What?
I'm sorry guys, this is terrible. Chromie is the only one. There is a... Guys, who doesn't know, Classic community, there is a huge community-driven survey about the hopefully upcoming Classic Plus, which would be released by Blizzard, and it talks about all the concepts, how it could look like and what it should contain, how it should evolve, what should happen, why should it happen, and we as a community can vote in the survey, so you can literally just and check for yourself. Everything will be in the description. So yeah, so I'm looking forward what the people think about Classic Plus. What do we voted for? And we have, of course, like uncovered Dalaran, but it's not official. Anything of that is not official. It's just community made. So it's just more community saying Blizzard what we would really want, and hopefully it will make sense.
Of buzz in the community.
This is really well made.
Super sick. Ooh, uncovering dollar.
All right, all right.
35,000 introduction
Whoa!
surveys taken, with over 200
35 is a lot.
total surveys covering every aspect of the game completed. The surveys
200,000 people voted in the matter of 3 weeks almost, or more. It's like month. It's more about month or more, right? When the survey was released, I really wonder.
Classic Plus is to us all. And while I can't tell you Blizzard has officially noticed and said
Disappointment.
watching,
Really excited to announce
Disappointing.
that- I guess we'll save that for
Disappointing.
just based off of my experience
I can stand
communicating
some
with
people.
them, I know that they're paying attention.
They are completely different for the most part than modern players.
Oh.
You know, can we as World of
So we are completely different than modern players. How I'm different than modern player? Tell me. I play literally all the modern games. What the hell is she talking about?
Warcraft do a bit of experimentation because we hear what they want. What do they
You know, it's the funniest thing. They say that they understand by the statement modern players. They really see they have a lot. See it as that they have a lot of accomplishments, and that their company is the best company
really
probably
want. And
right
in
now
some
in the
cases,
world.
they created it
Because you
themselves,
won't
like
say something
hardcore.
like that
That's what we're aiming for.
if you don't.
We're in a very exploratory space with Classic, and we are listening.
Now, the next
Yeah, how she said it, and we are listening, even though we don't like to do that. Like, don't lie to me,
video
don't
in this
lie.
series will be showcasing all the incredible pitches and ideas that the
Alright,
community has created,
sounds cool.
as well as an absolutely exhaustive amount of ideas that only and I have. But this little video
Nice.
is just the numbers, and oh man, are they interesting. Now, I want to preface everything
I already voted
I'm
in the
about
survey.
to talk about with this by committee here. While I do think a way, with all the surveys being as long and exhaustive as they are, it's just not a great way to decide on everything. But I do think it's very important to see how the community feels about a certain direction, and hopefully course correct on anything that they might already be doing to avoid running the Titanic into an iceberg.
Yo, that's exactly it. What's going on? What is happening? Game ruining changes. And that's what I wanted to say, and I think is the most important part, that having an opinion about the feature and wanting to be implemented in the game is completely different world from being a developer and implementing the feature inside the game, not breaking other features, and also working correctly with other features. And don't forget, World of Warcraft is talent specialization focused game where you have different classes, different races, everything have to work together. So of course with today's technology, a lot of people say it's not a problem, but maybe not every dream can be implemented because the game already have certain code created for it. So you have to dig in that code, you know, and not everything works with everything. And the iceberg is the devs inside. They're in the iceberg. We just want it. We just want it. We just want to drive the ship. Doesn't matter what happens. But yeah, it's still of course possible, and private servers.
Now, speaking of icebergs,
And private servers implemented all of that without any support of billion-dollar companies. So yeah,
let's
I get
talk
it. I understand.
the
I'm just
most
saying.
surefire ways to screw up Classic Plus. According to the community, out of over 35,000 individuals who answered, almost unanimously, everybody agrees that flying mounts would ruin Classic Plus. Good stuff, guys. I agree with you. Now, everybody also agrees that the leveling pace of the original
Flying mans, of course, like, doesn't make sense. What the hell?
game is just right, with the majority agreeing to keep it the way it is. Only
Ooh, of course. The current leveling pace in the classic anniversary, I freaking hate it. I hate to level 60. There is not enough quest, and that should be fixed in Classic Plus. That's why Classic Plus should exist, because it will be interesting journey even on the experience rate we have currently or had in classic anniversary, and it would be doable and enjoyable without me having to farm mobs from level 50 to level 52, or like run multiple dungeons inconveniently with other players. So yeah,
1.4%
depends.
of respondents said that they'd rather
But Classic
skip
Plus will be
leveling
about it, so
and
Classic
buy a
Plus will be
boost.
great in
So,
that.
Blizzard, if you're listening, no boosts please, no leveling increase, just keep it the
Oh,
way it
goddamn,
was.
not
Mount
there!
season
Not
is
there!
for
Nobody
you.
will see there!
Now, moving on to something I honestly found surprising, a majority of players believe that transmog is bad, with 51.6% of players agreeing
bad.
that it should not be in the game. I'm
Transmog
honestly
bad.
surprised by this as well.
I
hear a lot of
agree.
different opinions about transmog, so this one was a pleasant surprise. Now that we've seen what exactly
27% likes transmog. I would show you something right now on camera, but I can't. You don't even like it, so no, transmog bad. Whoever disagree, what the hell? What the hell are you talking about? Even like, why would you want to customize something without any hardship, or like, you know, you don't have to do anything for it? Some stupid events, stupid quest line doesn't make the game feel good, you know? You just explore in a world, and you need to get the set yourself, and that it makes sense.
change, let's talk about what the community thinks should change. While it's a bit mixed in how it should work, over 70% of respondents agree that raid size should reduce from 40 somehow, with about half of those wanting the Season of Discovery version of raids being tuned to 20, but allowing you to bring more. Or a retail WoW-like version of flex raiding, where the challenge changes as you gain or lose raid members. Next up, Dungeon Finder. 67% of people want Dungeon Finder, but only in that it helps to group you, not teleport you to the dungeon.
I agree. No
Now, what
spamming the
confuses me
city.
here,
No
though, is
AFK
that
in the city.
74% of people want summoning stones as
Yeah,
well.
of
So I
course.
guess you're all okay with making 2 people
TBC,
travel there
yes.
to summon the
Completely
other
okay
3,
with that.
which
Yeah.
de facto is the same as Dungeon Finder.
He probably like talks about it's not fair that 2 people run, but I think it's all right. There's no problem in there. It's how it in TBC it is right now, and I don't see any problem with that. People can communicate, and still other people have to run. It's really good. Somebody can be on a different continent, so not putting the summoning stone in a game, and 4 guys are at the dungeon in, let's say, Barons, and the other guy is in hinterlands in a freaking Eastern Kingdom, and now we will have to wait for that guy. You want to do that? No, you don't want to do that, but you also don't want to just teleport everybody in the dungeon so the world stays alive, and it makes complete sense. It's great. People are smart, they understand what they are
This was a
saying.
weird result. I think some of you are passenger princesses and are okay with it. Now, most of you like the idea of heroic dungeons,
alright.
or at least some version of it, depending on how it's implemented. Also, a majority want AoE looting. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of AoE looting.
I don't
It's
have
not
any
a huge
opinion on
deal.
that.
Fine.
No
Now,
opinion.
moving quickly to the class survey, over 70% of respondents think Retribution Paladin needs major revamping.
And of course, I think
What class do
100%.
you think I consider my main chat the best class? A paladin.
while balance.
And when he was saying that, like in the classic, the best class, I main paladin, by the way. It's my main, and yeah, classic paladin is this disgusting thing to be playing with.
And protection paladin come up just behind.
Balance
That
druid
just needs a
paladin,
little
yeah, jokes of all
encouragement to
traits.
really
We all
break
agree on that.
free
I hope
of its
so.
vanilla shackles. The
Shadow
biggest
priest as
one
well.
on this
I played the
list,
shadow
in my
priest.
opinion,
It was good for leveling though.
55% of
Not so good for
respondents
end
would
game.
prefer if GDKP was not in Classic.
No
Plus.
opinion from
Other
my
drops
side.
who labeled them
No
would
opinion from
prefer
my side,
here,
guys.
And this one is a slam dunk. Is that 95% of people who answered, so something like 32,000 or so people, want to see dual spec implemented. I think this is a safe addition for Classic Plus, and the community seems to agree. That's the no changes, the changes, and now the most debated topics that we can't get true clarity on. First up, how this server rollout should occur. Now this one was all over the place, with no option getting more than 30% of the vote. 27% want 1 mega PvP server and 1 mega PvE server. 24% want a condensed server.
It's a question for developers. This is not a question for people. Like, I don't think that after 4 years the classic depends. I don't want to be like, I don't want to say it has no future after 5 years, but this community is crazy min-maxers which wants to rush to the end of the game, literally finish the game and go about their lives when they level 70 and camp in a city. Doesn't matter if it's classic, and occasionally raiding the newest thing. So I don't know if some like many servers at launch will work. That's why it's probably have the lowest 1 mega PvP server with faction balance enforced and 1 mega PvE server with no faction balance enforced. That's what we have now in Anniversary. I do not have any opinion. I think there's some people who have the numbers, and developers should be responsible for that.
Further consolidation over time, and then down from there in terms of options. It's super interesting seeing how split everybody is on this. Any new classes with 34% and 12%.
I think Death Knight would be really cool. Would make sense already in Classic. I think it would make great sense in Classic because the lore is there already.
4 new classes.
We don't need Arthas Lich King to
Community is pretty split on this.
the whole storyline, which isn't involved with Lich King.
And I admit this question could
At least it's for both races.
Also pretty split.
Great addition. Maybe later in a game.
Often, some never want to see it, and most are just
Reset
not
servers? Reset servers? I don't know. Reset servers, what do you think, guys? I have no opinion on that.
sure.
Depends.
Hold judgment depending on how.
Depends on the progression which the game will include and what will be in the game. The whole, like, every year will we get one new level, 61, next year 62. So we have 10 years ahead of us until level 70. Why to wipe it, right? And getting to new level from 60 to 61 would take a long time, would include some new parts or new zones, new raids, new dungeons in the old world. Maybe we could visit Northrend. I don't know, it's still part of Azeroth, so
It's done. So this
Islands
is just
are there.
our initial findings. We've been building this data browser for everybody to use, which right now you too can go check out. Do you want to see what the auction house gamers think about connecting all the auction houses?
exactly, guys.
Go check out the data for yourself.
You can check it out
right
yourself.
now. While
And
all
vote,
of
vote,
that
go
is
vote.
great,
Everybody
what
go
about
vote.
The content. Well, that too has been insanely positive, with an absolute truckload of ideas being submitted and tens of
Nice.
thousands of upvotes.
That's
and
what's
downvotes on
important.
all of
That's
these
what's most
ideas over
important.
the course of the last 2 weeks.
The
So while you're on
content.
the site,
Profession,
go
rehaul it, smash it, slash, scrap it, throw it in the trash. Bam.
upvote what you think are the best ideas. And like I said earlier, the next video will be much larger, and expect that soon. But while you chew on the data, we wanted to leave you with one more thing.
What?
Like, yeah, I think it's really hopeful.
Easy.
Great, it's at least this is good future for World of Warcraft in some kind of sense, you know? This is good future, because if we would just have the retail version, which the other part of players have, I don't know. It's great that we getting something like that.
Good day to you. You're getting a
It's in Tanaris, and this is what I imagine Classic Plus will be, because of the private servers I was playing on and I have experience with. It was great, amazing. There is so many different, so much capabilities, so much options. Like I will tell you one from
Like,
Ascension is that when you kill a monster, it can drop exactly the loot it has on it. The axe it holds, the shield it has, exactly the same. And if you will kill it enough times, you will get all of those items from the mob. So if the mage have a like shirt and a cape, he can drop it. That is rare mobs wearing rare items. It was such a great idea. It made it like RPG style. It was amazing. The world was alive because of that, because that was the transmog, guys. You wanted different transmog, you wanted to look like somebody. Well, you don't just whatever happens in retail, to be honest. You go, let's say, in Elven Forest, and there is a guard which have the full Alliance clothing, like armor set. You kill him so many times that he drops it all and you wear it, and that is your transmog. It doesn't have the best stats. Unluckily, you will still have to wear your stuff in a dungeon. But, well, you want to look some type, you can for a certain amount of time if you're not doing the end game, right? There's where... That's how what I found really interesting about the game. Guys, it was amazing video. Go there, vote there. Thank you for watching. Don't min-max the game. Stop rushing everywhere. God damn, it's a World of Warcraft. Just chill by in it for a little while. And see you in Azeroth.